All right. Hopefully it's working. I feel like I always struggle at the beginning. This is a nutty live. I hope everybody isn't too scared. I might have set a very bad mood. But real quick, let me get the intro done so I can make this in a video. Yo, what's going on, you guys? Pokesys here, back with another Pokemon card video. Today we're going to be opening up nothing. Actually, we're going to be unboxing our Beckett submission, and we're going to test the legitimacy of Beckett Black Labels and maybe even some of their other grades. Oh, that's it. Oh, I hate doing that. Oh, wait. This is big. This is big. Let me know about audio real fast. Is it music too loud, too quiet? Am I too loud, too quiet? Before we start. Yo, Shane, how's it going? You guys, it's been too long since we've had a submission, but I'm so glad that I waited. You seem a little soft. Wait, what does that mean? Just worrying everyone. I know, straight up. Alrighty. So, the people that have cards in this submission, Nathan, Keith, Jeffrey, and Orange Juice, and then Cameron. I have the volume on full blast. How about now? My volume was down. Hopefully it's loud. I feel like I just turned everything up a lot. Alrighty, so we're gonna start it off. I just didn't really mix them up a whole lot from what they came back as, but I'm glad that I checked. So normally I was gonna unbox this with everybody, but I decided not to because my wife read the grades beforehand. She doesn't know a whole ton, but she kind of just told me. She's like, maybe on this one, you should open them before, which I am so glad that I did because I didn't want to just have to like feel the way that I did and then have to just like fake it. But it's not like I'm like, you know, destroyed or anything, but it's just like, it's annoying. So I like, you guys will see. It's still really good. I am super glad that we have all these cards. There's a lot of bangers in here. Beautiful cards. We got good grades. People's cards got better grades than I thought. So, amazing. So without further ado, let's get started. So the way I kind of want to try to cover the labels for you guys so you guys can see. So we got, I don't know why that card is not focusing. It's doing something weird on this card. So this card I submitted for my wife. This was the one that was supposed to get a black label. So what'd it get? We got a pristine 10. So I gotta fix that camera. I don't know what it's doing. I hope it's not that it's dirty. Something is like really foggy on these. Maybe it's just this card. So we got 9.5 on edges. So this was one of the cards just starting it off. I don't understand how it graded the way it did. Doesn't make any sense. This is a perfect card. So I was hoping to have good lighting, good camera, but I guess these cards are not very good to show on cam. But this card is perfect, and we'll take a 10. Like I'm not gonna be upset about a 10 on this card, but edges, 9.5. I mean, I have cards that are vintage that are edges 9.5, and you can noticeably see why. But this 9.5, it's straight from a pack, straight into the sleeve. I mean, you can't find any problems with the edges. So that's the first one. That one was for my wife. Glad it got a 10. Perfect card. But there's some interesting stuff in here. Luckily, it has nothing to do with like your guys' cards, anybody's cards that submitted. And in a lot of people's eyes, nothing's going to be fully that wrong, but it definitely is. Something's a little loud in my ears. I'm going to turn on myself. Oh, wait. There we go. I couldn't think because I just heard myself in delay. Oh, hey. Here we go. So this is card number 2. I still feel like something's weird. Does everything look good to you guys? I feel like the colors are like really weird. But is everyone still here? I haven't seen the chat move. This is Espeon V. This is Japanese from EV Heroes. This one I submitted in hopes of getting a black label. So this is, I held this from PSA submission. And yep, here we go. So we got the pristine 10. And on this one, whoops. Sorry, I'm having a hard time thinking when the music's not loud in my ear. I don't know why. I'm at a loss for words. Oh, wait. So I got a 9.5 on the surface. So perfect 10s all around the board. I mean, I didn't send it to PSA because it was too good. You guys, if you guys were here all the way back, I submitted so many cards to PSA. All of them got 10s. But this one was just too good. So I sent it to Beckett to get a 10, black label, hopefully. But we did get the 10, which is good enough. You got like something in the case now, right there. I don't know what that is. I haven't really even closely looked at any of these. I like really skimmed. So I haven't seen any of them. Super cool card though. Not upset about it. Should it have been a black label? Yes. Why is the surface a 9.5? There's literally no reason. The problem is I don't have a ton of my, I've been offloading a lot of my slabs and my Beckett slabs, but I've had a lot of vintage Beckett cards or other cards that were modern that had 9.5 surface or 9 surface. And you can see why. You know, it has a scratch on it or something like that. This one, all it was, and this is what I'm mad about, and we're gonna see like a pattern in this, is it's not a black label because of the 0.5, and they always put the 0.5 in somewhere that nobody else will be able to notice. How do you notice, you know, what's the problem with the surface on this? Like, I analyze this with black lights. Under every lighting condition, I pulled it, put it in double sleeve. You can look at the surface, there's no surface problem. No print lines, no nothing. So, huge. So that's like the start of it. So 10, you know, that's still really good. And that wouldn't be a problem. But things are getting a little weird though. Okay, is Keith in here? I don't know if Keith said he was in here. But this is Keith's card. He actually purchased this from me a while ago. He purchased 4 cards and all 4 in this submission. So this is Dragonite Delta Species, regular holo, that I wish I would have kept all these because they are like my favorite type of cards. But I'm so glad that Keith got them. So first off, with this one, we graded the Mint 9. So I think a Mint 9 on this card is actually incredible. With 9.5 centering, 9 surface, 9 edges, and then 9.5 surface. And it's like, this card also got a 9.5 surface. But as you can see, it is a vintage card. So let me see if I can get up a little closer. There are some like edge wear, as there is in every single vintage, like every single vintage card. Right. There's like mad glare. I wonder if I should turn off these lights. I don't even know if that's going to fix it though. But Mint 9, honestly insane for this card. So super happy about that. But 9.5 surface, the same as this. When this one, I can actually visually see maybe 2 or 3 things. Where on this card, I can't find one. So that's really weird. Solid. I was so happy about that. So I I was really surprised on a lot of these cards that I submitted for other people. They were really good on those. But you can tell that there's some not natural things in these grades on a lot of my cards of modern. But that's Keith's card. I will... Oh, yeah, for sure. A 9 on a Delta species is... Honestly, any grade on a Delta species. A lot of them have really bad print lines, and those will just destroy you. Print lines are the grade destroyer. We'll just do 2 bags for right now, for the sake. We got Keith. Don't want to mix these up. Oh, wait. So, as you guys know, I submitted 4 Gold Star Umbreons from Celebrations to try to get black labels. So, I had about 100 of these cards. I took the 5 best ones. And the reason why it was 5 was because at that point, I couldn't narrow down anymore. They were 5 flawless. I literally stared at each one for probably an hour, just sitting there holding it. One of them, I decided had 1 flaw, so that's why I only submitted 4. They are flawless. And I think it goes for something like a little over $100 in a PSA 10. So around a Beckett 9.5. Beckett 9.5 would be a little bit less though. So unless I got a black label, it's just a complete waste of money. So here we go. We got the first one. And this one got a 9.5. So these ones were very big shockers. So you got 9.5 corners, 9.5 surface. So I tried to find surface problems. And there's none. I mean, I looked at these for hours. And it's like, I really wish people could see these cards in real life. Because out of 100 of these, and these already come out really well centered. Like Celebrations, centering, very good. Corners, very good. Edges are really good. Like, there's not really a whole lot of problems. But the 9.5, surface and corners. If you look at these corners, look at this. They're rounded to the perfect round. Not a single tiny little like spike or anything. No whitening whatsoever. You can see the edges on this thing. Like, the back centering is pretty much perfect, but the front is, I mean, that thing is so slabbed on there. Like, I'll hold it flat. Try not to have any angle in there, but it is the best a card condition that you can ever find. I mean, I've seen Beckett Black Labels and CGC Perfect 10s in person a lot, and that card is for sure. So then next up, we got Lugia V-Star from Paradigm Trigger. This is the rainbow one. This is actually the hardest card to pull in Silver Tempest, so in English. And this one was for sure supposed to be Black Label. This one blows my mind. We got a 10. So once again, you're going to notice the pattern. They're all one off. And most people are like, oh yeah, that's just because you didn't get that one. But it's like, no, because you cannot spot a problem. And I preliminary graded a lot of cards. I know exactly what to work for. If I applied, I could be a Beckett grader instantly. Like, they have open slots. I could have been a Beckett grader if I wanted to. I just would have to move to Texas. So I'm more qualified than a lot of people that probably start grading at Beckett and grade some people's cards. So that's not necessarily the problem. But if you look at the edges of this card, that thing is literally perfect. And then the centering, flawless. So that one, they just got the edges, so you know everything's fine. But there's not edge problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can totally tell it's just a random, they just decided, corners or edges. And that's one of the reasons why I think they took so long on our submission, is due to it being a submission that's abnormal. Because I don't remember I don't know if there is even like, or how many other people have submitted cards in this quantity of flawless cards. Like, a lot of people think they have flawless cards, but some of them might not be. But it's like, this is a very random stack of cards of these select ones that I'm magnifying glass. I could not find one problem with them. And they're better than PSA 10s. They are just perfect cards. That's all I'm going to say. And a lot of them you guys are going to see did not grade where they were supposed to. So another one, the 0.5 off. And I was trying to like figure out if other people had experienced this and if there was like a big movement of it. And there actually is. So I was finding a lot of forums and groups of people talking about the same exact thing happened to them, where 0.5 grade off. Some of them even proved it by breaking it out and resubmitting it, and it would grade a black label like 1 in 10. It's like, it's not real. So then Skyla, I can't remember. I don't think this is anybody's. I'm not 100% sure. But so far, we got the 10 on this one. This one is another one that I think should have been a black label. But 0.5 off. I can't remember if this one's mine or someone else's. I'm like 99% sure because I wrote everybody's name down. The only waifu that I sent it for someone was Nathan's. So nothing seems that bad yet, you guys, because these are a lot of the 10s. So everyone's doing dandy, I know. Everyone's like, Steez, why are you mad? And it's not like I'm like destroyed, because I went into this maybe 20% thinking that it was cap. But it's disappointing to wait 90 days. In fact, way more than that, like over 100 days for a submission that was supposed to take a third of the time and spend all that money when you just get like very disappointed. I really like the black label system. So when I saw this, it really is like annoying. Oh, wait, so we got Palkia V-Star Gold from V-Star Universe. This card was supposed to be a black label. Once again, they hit us with the edges. One of the hardest parts to grade is edges and surface. So, perfect edges. It's like, so why aren't these black labels, but other black labels that I see, you guys, on modern cards are better? And it's like, people will say, oh, well, they grade on a curve on vintage cards. They say that they don't, but they do. But that's fine. But if you're going to give me a 0.5 down from a 10, but you're going to give a vintage card the same 9.5 grade, but it looks literally significantly worse, that doesn't make any sense. Because at that point, like, there's no consistency. You're not buying a Beckett 10 then. You have to look into, like, what year the card came out in comparison to how easy they were grading on those cards. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Lame. Like, I can see when they grade on a curve like PSA, where, let's say, PSA didn't with vintage cards, not a single card from, like, Call of Legends wouldn't get a PSA 10 or whatever. Because they all have whitening on them. But you have to grade on a curve because not a single card was printed. The way that they cut them or packaged them or something, all of them got, a little bit of whitening. The corners weren't perfectly rounded. So, like, that stuff makes sense. But, like, the 0.5 grades, holding it off from a black label, doesn't make any sense. So, am I going to sell them because they're not black labels? I honestly had no plan with these cards. They were just all the most perfect ones, so I thought it would be fun to test out where I was going to send future cards. Okay, so here's the first disappointing one. So all has been well. Those are all like, oh, wait, you just look over that. Steez, don't be a baby. So I agree. This card was the first and still the only God pack that we've pulled from V-Star. Like the only God pack, we've pulled like the lower one like 4 or 5 times. But this one got a 9.5. So this one blows my mind because this card was one of the few that I was actually, not one of the few, but one of the top ones that I was positive was at least a 10. So the only thing that's wrong with this one is centering. So I do agree with the centering on this one. Being a 9.5, I don't know about that one, but you can at least noticeably see it. But edges, to hold it off from the 10, it's like they very much, if they had to round up or down, but they didn't have to round, they would always, like if I'm just going to make a 10, not rounding up, but I actually make it, they always bumped it down just because. Like you can totally tell. Edges, nothing wrong with these edges, you guys. There is nothing wrong with these edges. Like I would love to know how they think that there's something wrong with those edges. Like I would love to talk to the grader on that. Because that is not somebody trying their best to look at something and like analyze it condition-wise. Unless they compared. No, yeah, these aren't, my personal cards won't be grading like 8s or anything. Because you guys, they couldn't. Yeah, and that's the thing, like, I'm more upset at the fact that nobody else, like, talks about this. Oh, wait, I'm going to kind of try to speed things up a little bit. We're just going to... Oh, wait. We'll start off with this one. This card was supposed to be a black label. 100%. But... you know, this wasn't one of the ones that I bet everything on. I think it's upsetting because I do agree. That's the thing. But you like this is the best part. Like this is still where you guys can have the opinion, oh, it's not that bad yet. But I promise you, the way that these were stacked, I guess, because I didn't mix them back up again, I think I had them stacked like a lot of the good ones first. Oh, wait. So this one, they gave it centering. Even though to the eye, you can't say anything wrong with the centering. Like, in another world, I think the left side is maybe 47 compared to 53. 47%, 53%. But that's still not a 0.5 grade. Because another card can have a 9.5, like this Pikachu. This Pikachu has actually, I would say, double, if not triple worse centering, whereas this one might be 50 or 40 60, but this one is significantly better. Like this one you can't even really tell. So the 9.5 is just the same thing for those two. Like a 0.5 grade is a lot slimmer and a lot more noticeable than that, or a lot less noticeable than that. Yeah, but Keith, but yours were vintage cards. But these were pulled out of a pack and instantly sleeved. Like, I don't know how many people. But yeah, there is like a bunch of different graders. So I definitely understand. This one's pretty big. Oh, so this one's Keith's. This one's Keith's. This one, I'm actually like very much so blown away on this one. But they gave it a 4. But I think that is a lot better than a 4. I would say that this one is... it has the regular print line. That is insane. That one, I've still been trying to figure out why that one got graded so low. But this wasn't one of the ones that I analyzed for an hour. So I'm not going to say anything about these ones. I don't know why. To PSA standards, that thing should have been a lot better. And this is the other thing that's weird. Centering got a 10. which is nice. I think that's cool. But it's off bottom to top. Bottom is significantly bigger. So this one's Keith's. It says bottom to top. So why didn't those other ones get perfect 10s on the center, but this one did? And but that's the thing though too, is inconsistent. I don't expect them to be perfect, like consistent. I agree with that they're human. But the same person had to have graded all my cards, and then another person goes over it, and then they discuss. And you'll be able to see as you go down that you could probably tell that they like are instructed, or whoever's behind it is not supposed to be grading a bunch of black labels. So they kind of have to just like edges 9.5. I mean, that centering is a 10, but this one isn't. When I don't understand, like, you can measure it. Dude, this one 100%, 6 or 7. No shot, a 4. 4s are nuts. Oh, wait, so this is another, I'm just gonna go straight into these. This is one of my cards as well. This one I was hoping for a Beckett black. We got the centering, 9.5. I mean, same as all of those other ones. Somewhere around 53, 47 centering. To the eye, it's perfect. You have to measure to see really the difference. But I mean, once again, I've seen black labels with 47, 57 or worse. So that one I'm not going to say too much on. It's a 10. I'm not going to complain about regular 10s. And that's what I'm thinking. That's when 100%. Nobody's ever done it before. No one's just had a bunch of black labels. Why not? Because they don't do it. So this one is very good looking. This one I was more confident about than the last one. They hit me with a 9.5 centering again. Not 9.5 centering. That is not less than this. I promise. Like, and that's the thing, Nora. And I looked into that. People had the same thing happen with one card submissions. It seems like a population management. Like they actually make sure that they're not, what's it called? They make sure they don't just hand out too many. Because, for example, Moonbryon in a Beckett 10 or a Beckett 10 black label goes for like 10K, whereas a regular 10 would go for like maybe 1,500. So they do that on purpose to make it so they're worth that much. That's why a lot of people even grade with Beckett, is because of that. And then a lot of the people that are getting those Beckett black labels are workers or their friends. So they definitely don't just hand them out like candy. This one, once again, 9.5 because of centering. This one's a tiny bit left heavy, so I'll take it. I'll take it. I was not satisfied with that one. I expected that one to be a 10, not a black label. So nothing to say about that one. That one I'm excited about. This card is for sale. I need to be saying what cards are for sale. But some of these cards I'm going to be regrading though. This card is for sale. I love it, but I submitted 2, so I do have another one in here. Skyla for sale. A few of these Umbreons for sale. So if anybody's interested, we can talk a little more after the live. Oh, wait, this one. So this one was for sure. This one's crazy. This one's nutty. So 100%, this thing should have been a Beckett black label. This one was probably one of the top contenders of no way. Yo, David, how's it going? So we got the gold shiny Mew from those Chinese collection boxes, like that Umbreon came out of. And we got a 9.5 centering. And this card probably has some of the best centering I've ever had. Like I've ever seen. So that one is nutty. 9.5 centering again. They gotta hit me with that. Oh, wait. I'll spoil. I did get some black labels. I'm disappointed because I got them on some of my least favorite, or at least wanted cards. A lot of these cards are my favorite, but like some of them I really wanted them, and I didn't. So that one was supposed to be. This one I'm very upset about. Like I want to like take pictures of them. I don't know how well you guys can see, but that is capped on this one. Should have been. I mean, this isn't one of my more favorite ones that I submitted, but this one is so minty. Like, I wish you guys could see. No, yeah, I'm definitely not just disappointed. Like, I'm very happy about a lot of these cards. But once I finish all of them, we've literally hit like a fourth of them. But once we finish all of them, it'll kind of like lay out the whole picture. And it kind of starts to get worse and worse. This one, we got the Irida. This one got a 9.5. And the surface, once again, the surface 9 right there, this 9 on surface messed a lot of cards coming up. And it's not accurate. Like, I swear. But yeah, Irida full art. Oh, I knew this one would just get a 10. Like, that's what I was guessing because it's a little bit bottom heavy. But the surface got a freaking 9. Like, what? And I'm not just eyeballing these. Like, I've spent too much time. That's why I shouldn't have done it. It was a waste of time. I don't exactly remember, but I think it was somewhere around like 30 a card or something. First Hall Raichu from Evil Skies. I do. For sure. Oh, wait. So this one is Nathan's. This one's Nathan's. Oh, wait, Nathan. This is your Aroma Lady. So we got the Aroma Lady. This one got a 9.5 again on this one. So this one gets a surface of 10. But edges get the 9. Centering. I don't think it's big enough to be a 9.5, but that's whatever. Corners should definitely not be 9.5. I mean, corners are very easy to tell how good or bad they are. And if they're rounded, no whitening, no creases or anything. So that doesn't make any sense. I don't know why the screen's going so dark. Holy. What? It's like progressively getting darker. I can't even see the screen. Give me 2 seconds. So that one's Nathan's. I feel bad about that one because not all the crap happened to just me. But mine's going to be the most noticeable because I didn't really submit any cards that I was like, maybe this won't get a 10. So this one's Nathan's. Let me bag this bad boy up. Oranges, I'll just send you one for sure. If you have to like spam text me, let's do it. But I don't want you guys to think I'm too mad. I'm not like too mad. I'm more just like, the disappointment sucks. So that's going to add on to it. But I am also frustrated. But I'm still disappointed regardless. So it's a mixed emotion. Like I'm not too upset or mad. But there's just a lot of crazy stuff with this. That's just, it's honestly mind blowing. The difference. Wait, Keith. Here. I'm like teasing everybody so bad because I don't know why it's taking me so long. Why did I write Keith? That's Nathan's. We're just going to kind of speed through these. This one, supposed to be a black label. This one was in the top 3 most upsetting to me because this is my favorite Charizard card of all time now. And this one looks so good. Should have been a black label. They held it off. All this tells me is no matter. Oh, yeah. There's no such thing. Okay. So, these are black labels right here. Those 3. So we'll just wait on those. So we got the Celebi Prism. Once again, this one got the centering 10. I think this one has the best centering while getting a 9.5. Yes, Julian. Or I'm going to look into CGC too. And I'll talk about that at the end. This one, I don't know how that one got a 10 or a 9.5. That one's perfect. All right, so another one of these ones were a stab. Those were such a stab. Another 9.5. This one is Jeffrey's Galarian. The Discord mod. I submitted this so long ago. Here we go. We got the 9.5 centering. Edge has got him. And surface. Jeffrey's going to be able to look at this one himself in person. Not 9.5 center. Or centering. Okay, I can see it. At least a visual. But edges and surface? No. They hit surface a lot coming up. And it's not real. 9.5 on that. That should have been a 10 because edges and surface were perfect. Centering, I could see. Centering is always the hardest thing with these cards that are like modern and just flawless. But it's like, there's no way that those other two had problems. Someone's Jeffrey. I don't know if he's in here right now, but hopefully he can either watch this. I'll probably just message it or text it to him in the Discord or something. I don't really love the look. The look grew on me, and it's starting to not. You know what's really growing on me is CGC slabs, which is kind of weird because those were like the ones I least liked. Okay. That's Jeffrey's. This one's, no. I forget how many disappointing things there are in here. I didn't look at all these very much. Like, oh, this one hurts. This one right here is so insane. You could totally tell it's on purpose. Like, there's no shot. .5 centering. There's no way. I know, I feel so bad about the glare. Where is that coming from? Is it the top? Or is it the side? Or is it this whole thing? I can't tell. Where is there not glare? These are like, why is it so reflective? Oh, wait. That should help glare out a tiny bit. It's not that. I feel like that's so weird, though. Do we just go no lights? No, that's not the move. Oh, wait. Steve's in the dark. I'm sorry, you guys. That's so funny. I saw myself just on the camera. It looks so funny. Oh, wait. That's so glary. trying. I'm trying, I promise. Oh, I feel like that looks a little better, right? So that is it. You can take it, a look at it. You can screenshot it. Very nice centering. But corners, flawless, rounded. Flawless, rounded. I don't know if you can see, but it's flawless, rounded. And flawless, rounded. That one doesn't make any sense to me. This one's a crack and regrade. So I probably won't even sleeve. I need to not waste sleeves on some of these that I'm most likely going to crack regrade. Oh, wait. This one, I know orange juice is anxious. So we got orange juices. Here, I'll hold it up here so you can't see the grade. Here we go. This one's sweet. I am stoked about this one. I literally flipped out. Ba-bam. We got the 9.5 almost all around except for the corners. And to be honest, this one's honestly sweet. Because the corners, like, there's whitening on that corner. There's whitening on this corner. And whitening on this corner. And it got a 9.5. I was so stoked. Like, getting a 10 on a card like this that, like, wasn't from a pack that we just opened, like, from a childhood collection orange juice. This one's huge. I was stoked. Out of all the cards, this was one that I was, like, really hoping for. Because it's one thing for me to be disappointed about something, but I can't handle you guys being disappointed. And for orange juice, that's a huge dub here. You guys, it looks so cool. We got the Chansey Holo, reverse Holo from EX Unseen Forces. I think we determined that this one was probably the best quality out of the ones that we had for orange juice, but a lot of them are actually very good. This card is a nice example, though, of 9.5s and 9s that aren't consistent. I mean, your edges got a 9.5, right? And this whole top edge, I don't know if you can see it. Right there, you can. This whole top edge has like a whitening thing on it. You get 9.5 on the edges. But then my cards also got 9.5. It's like, what? I don't know if that's the same. Like, I think that's very good quality for where that came from, but that's pretty weird. But I was stoked. That was my most exciting one, probably. Like, that was the one that I flipped out at. Nat, how's it going? I am so excited about that one. I want to take a cool picture of that one. That one made me flip out. Like, I hope everybody can tell my excitement with this card. This one was so huge. This is the one and only one that we submitted for orange juice, this submission. And we were both, she was expecting a 7. I was crossing my fingers for a 9, but I was expecting somewhere a little lower. But dang, a 9.5 is such a huge dub. Like, that could, orange juice, like, we can pop a PSA 10 probably out of that. Like, I don't know if it's worth cracking it open for personal, but it's cool to know that that's probably a PSA 10. No, nor they slide around. They have a lot of wiggle room, which is interesting. Oh, wait, Keith, are you in here? PSA 10 goes for 480. I think that could get a PSA 10 if it's got 9.5. Yeah, be safe, not beyond. That's actually going to be so fun. This one's a huge dub, in my opinion, for Keith. Yeah, there's a lot of wiggle room. Like, See that gap? And then up there, look. Now, it's crooked. I don't have it all the way. There's a lot of wiggle room. I don't know if Keith is in here. This one's a huge dub. Julian, it depends. If you're lucky. Not if that has nothing to do with it. They literally just grade random. This one's such a huge dub. Shining Lugia, 9.5. But once again, look at the centering on this compared to some of my like flawless cards. The reason why this is a huge dub, this card is incredibly hard to get. Well, in fact, I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to guess population of a Beckett 10 of this card is going to be less than 10. I would assume. Very difficult card. PSA 10s for this bad boy still go for like $400, which is crazy. PSA 10 about $400 to $500 when you could buy the raw card for $30. So this is one of those cards where not necessarily low pop, but very good if you get it in 10, which none do. I've probably cycled through like 20. I've never been able to find one. That would be perfect. But I sold this one to Keith. It was the best one that I had ever had. And I was tempted to keep it and submit it. But Keith wanted one, and I was like, I'd rather Keith have it. I think he will enjoy it more. And a Beckett 9.5 is sick. I think Keith, it would be like a chance. I don't think we should take it just because, I don't know. I'm not feeling risky anymore. Not my grade of 10. So about $400. And how much did you pay for this card for me? Like $50. That's huge. That is a huge dub. That graded well higher than I thought it would have. That's a huge card to pull in 9.5. Like I promise you guys, that card is so insane. It's a promo. It comes in the Shining Legends, Ultra, Super Ultra Premium Collection boxes or whatever. And that's like pretty much it. You can only get it as a promo. You can't pull it in packs. All of them have bad centering. So yeah, Keith got schooled on one card, but he actually got blessed on all of the other ones. So then one last look at this. Look how bottom heavy that card is. I don't know how well you guys can see. I'm gonna try to hold it right here. That card is actually like pretty bottom heavy. And that got a 9.5 centering, and it's a modern card. I don't know how that got 9.5 as well as this when the Celebi is flawless. This one's even a tiny bit tilted. This one's flawless. No tilt. No even size difference. So that's where things are a little weird. Some of these cards like this one very much showed how they kind of were just throwing it around. Like, you might as well have a toddler grade at that point. Oh, wait. This one is also Keith's card. This one's huge as well. This one I'm so happy about. Very nice grade for Keith. We got the Gyarados Delta species. I also sold this one to him. We got 9.5s all around. We were actually so close to a 10 on a Delta species card. We got lucky on this one. This one was very solid because it didn't have any print lines, which is actually really rare. Well, it had one, but not any like significant ones. So once again, perfect grade in my opinion. This is the Beckett Black Label of what was in possibilities. I think that was the best case scenario with this card. To pull a Beckett 10, I'm gonna guess on this card would be population like 2. Like the ones that are population like that are like pulled and card saved and probably have been a slab since they pulled it 15 years ago. Best case scenario. So those ones everybody be excited about because that is, I promise you, that is top of the line. On vintage cards, that's why nobody grades their vintage cards at Beckett. It'd be very hard to find a lot of cards because, I mean, you don't grade better 9.5 is gem mint. That's a PSA 10. I don't care what the market says. People care about that number of a 10, but that is a gem mint 10. That's not a near mint. That's a gem mint 10. That's a PSA 10. And I think it's a strong 9.5. It's actually stronger than a regular 9.5. Being 9.5 is all around than 10. See, Keith, I didn't feel as bad about your 4 because all 3 of yours, God bless, your Lugia graded way above expectations, 0.5. Gyarados graded that one blew my mind. And then same thing with what was the other one? It was why can't I remember? The Dragonite being a mint 9. I was so surprised on that. All right, so here's this one. This one's mine. We got Giratina V-Star. We got the Pristine 10. Only thing that was wrong with this one was the centering. I knew that this one would get the 10. Centering being the only flaw. Centering is noticeably there. So I'm surprised they didn't get this one. But look at the edge on this. Right? Let's see if the camera can get it. See right there? That's a little nick on the edges. Right there. Boop. It's actually pretty noticeable in person. And we got a 10. We got a 10 on the edges. So this is some of the stuff that's starting to go, ooh, that's even the same grader. People can't be perfect. That is not an accident. That is not an accident. You don't overlook that. Like, I swear that's actually really big. Like, you can see it right there. Look at it. It's a huge whitening mark, which I don't remember being there. But still. That's Japanese. Here's the English one that I submitted. This one got a 9.5. Same thing. Corners and surface. They got us. Corners, I can't find anything wrong with them. But corners are always a little tough. But edges. These edges are blades. These are the most perfect edges I've ever seen. But then these get a 9.5, but from the same set, this one gets a 10. Or not, I guess not edges on this one. Corners and surface. So this one got the surface. This wasn't one of the edges ones. So surface is almost even worse. Because what's on the surface of this? I mean, I'm just blown away on the surface being the problem on a lot of these. So that one, 9.5. This one is for sale. Probably a lot of these are going to be for sale. Next up, we got the Candace. This one got a 9.5. I think this one should have been a 10. But once again, they got us with those same freaking edges. Edges on Japanese cards are pristine. These are all packed fresh. None of these were purchased. So that should have been a 10 again. If anybody wants the Candace, that one's also for sale. This one was a little sad. I knew centering wasn't very good on this, but we got the 9.5, almost a 10. Because corners, flawless. I really hope you guys can see on camera. And I'm not trying to be the person that questions everything, but I mean, those corners are flawless. Not one whitening mark. There's zero. Not a little tiny point or even a little misshape. They're flawless. Insane. All right, we're about to hit the real big ones here. These were the knockouts. This one, I knew the centering wasn't that good, so I was hoping for just a 10 on this one. But they got us with the surface again. The surface right here is so brutal, you guys. Surface, paradigm trigger. Surface is flawless. I mean, this thing is... I mean, there's... What's on the surface? There's no print lines. There's no print defect. There's no scratches. Straight out of a pack. That one, very disappointing. Huge disappointment. This one, this is the most disappointing card in the whole thing. So, should I save it or do I do it now? This right here was the probably the most disappointing thing of the year. This is it. And I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'm going to do something about that. Now, you guys, this one hurt really bad. Out of all of these, like this one, I literally still haven't been able to just look past it. This one's really insane. We got Lugia V Alt Art. The one that I pulled, it took me literally too damn long. That's all I have to say. And we got the 9.5. This one, absolutely. This one is the most frustrating probably thing I've ever dealt with in my entire life with Pokemon cards. Not just everything, but just Pokemon cards. This card is, out of all of the alt arts that we've ever pulled or ever seen, this has been my most flawless card. This was like my prized possession, which that little white dot right there was not there. And I don't know if it's dust or if it's an addition, but I'm going to have to go back and look at my pretty videos. I took nice videos of all these before. I haven't even had time to look at them, but I know that wasn't there. So that's got to be just dust. It looks like dust. Yeah, it's dust, which is also very annoying. That's way noticeable. We got perfect tens and not a 9.5 surface. They gave us a 9 surface. Why a 9 surface? There's no consistency at all. There's not even a grade like basis. They just a 9. A 9. That's it. There's nothing wrong with it. Throw a 9 on there. That is insane. That one, ugh, I hate it. I hate it. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this one. Like, it's not. Yo, Sirik, how's it going? Welcome in, dude. It's been so long. This one's not gonna stay in this case. That is pathetic. So, I don't even know if this one's gonna go back or gonna go to PSA either. I'm gonna look into CGC. I should have listened because there were a lot of red flags of people telling me not to grade with Beckett. I heard a lot of stories. Everyone was saying don't do it. And I want to test it. But I mean, I have my own opinion. But I almost at this point, like, if you really, and after like I give like a conclusion on this, it's pretty obvious that this is not just legit grading off of the card's condition. Yeah, it's not about the money. Like, it wasn't that expensive to the point, like, because I wasn't doing this for like an investment reason or anything. This one was for fun. So this one doesn't hurt me financially. Like that always is a factor. Like, oh, like I wasted some money, but I got a lot of 10s out of it. So it's not all 100% bad. It's just 100% disappointing on their grading system. This one, Charizard, both got 9.5s. That's cap. Same thing. Surface has got a 9. Really frustrating that their surfaces are giving me 9s. Those hurt me so bad. So I'll probably be cracking both of these and subbing them to PSA. Then they'll be for sale. So if anyone wants to pre-purchase them, they are flawless cards, but edges and surface got 9s. This one almost got the 10. Surface again. That's not right. We got Glaceon V-Star, which I actually think this one is Nathan's. This one's Nathan's. This one looks so good. They got you on the surface, but on the surface, it looked calm and ready. This one, I could see why Edges got a 9.5 because of this. Do you see it? To be honest, though, I can't really even tell if that was there or if that's like a piece of dust on it. But it looks like it's on the card. That thing is perfect. I think that one should have had the 10. Easy. I actually was expecting this one to be one of the black labels for Nathan, but I thought maybe top or bottom to top centering would have gotten it because it's a little bottom heavy, but centering's a 10. I mean, if you watch before this and you put it in mute and you guess or somehow you block out this and you just look at the card and you gave this thing subgrades, or you would have to point out what's the issue with this, everyone would always do the opposite of what it is. They did not grade based on card condition. I swear. It's noticeably not the problem every time. Like I can go, oh, I feel like the centering on that one, definitely bottom heavy. Centering got a 10. Some of those other ones, centering is flawless. 9.5 centering. It's like, what? That doesn't make any sense. To PSA, I really want to get my shiny Zard graded. We're gonna send a PSA. I'll talk about that right at the end. Hopefully soon. This one should have been a 10. I can't find anything wrong with centering. Centering on that bad boy is very, very, very nice. But nope. And then Edges. Same old, same old. I cannot. Like there might be something. I can't tell if that's on the card though. But that's something that I feel like was not there. But that doesn't. These don't look. That's like the same thing that was on the other one. Those don't look like. What's it called? Nicks. They look like dust. But regardless, okay, so Edge is 9.5 because of that mark. If that is, let's say it is. Centering's a 10. But I'm gonna guess population's pretty low on these. So no 10. I think this one's Miguel. Oh wait, this is one that I was expecting to be in here, but I couldn't remember because I skimmed through them. Well, look at it like this. You want your cards graded fully and not sell value. You send it Beckett. Yeah, that's how it is for me. And that's why I'm disappointed with this. None of these cards were meant to be sold. Like none of these cards were meant to be flipped. So this was not frustrating in terms of money. This is so frustrating in terms of I wanted to get my cards graded. Some of my favorite cards that I thought I find, value, personal value and prestige with, that Lugia Vialt that I pulled being the most flawless card I've ever seen. And it grading a 9.5 when it's like, let's see. Let me put this into perspective again. This one is Miguel's. I got 3 black labels. This is Miguel. We got a 9.5 on the Zard. That one I don't understand. They got us on the corners. No problem with the corners. Whatever. These are the black labels right there. We're gonna go kind of fast. This is taking unlimited amount of time. This one I was really hoping for a 10. I was super excited to get this one a 10. Centering was my only issue that when I was submitting this, that I took Black Label off the table because of centering. And look, centering 10. It is significantly right heavy. 9.5 surface, they hit every single card with surface. And then what? Edges 9.5. Edge is flawless. But okay. And then Lugia V-Star Rainbow. This one's English. Once again, they hit us with the surface 9.5. What is the surface 9.5? Or the 9, I mean. What is the surface 9? This thing is so... It right out of the pack to sleeve. No print lines, no whitening, 0 scratches. Insane. And then centering a 9.5. But the centering is flawless. The 9.5 is just insane that these weren't getting 10s. Like, look. Let's see. Like, I'm not trying to like put down anybody else's cards or anything. They're just in a different category of grading. So we're gonna grab out Keith's card, for example. This is a 9.5 card. You can see it visually. You know, this corner right here isn't perfectly rounded. If you can see, there's a point on both, sharp points. You got it very bottom heavy and very right heavy and tilted. You got to look at this thing very well. This card, they're saying to me that these two cards are the same. They put my 9 surface because of that. When it's flawless. Like, they're gonna grade that inconsistent. These are both in the same category. How? Like, there's not a chance. There's nothing wrong with the surface, I promise. There's nothing wrong with that. It makes 0 sense. Oh wait, here's the last cards. We're gonna skim through these fairly quick. This one's disappointing. This is Cameron's card, I'm pretty sure. Orange juice. This one got a 9.5. Same thing as the Lugia. There's a small part of me, Orange Juice, that is glad that it got the exact same. If it was going to get a bad score, then it got the same one as the Lugia. Even though it's very frustrating because that is, I mean, you guys know how flawless your cards look from Pack Fresh V-Star Universe. I mean, this one was flawless. So it was very, like, this one was a more sucky one. I felt really bad for Cameron. But I'm also happy that since it graded bad, it graded the exact same as mine. So Orange Juice, when I send this ASAP, I want you to really look at this card. This also got the 9. That's the thing. I think Beckett has double grade. Is that true? I'm pretty sure Beckett has first grade and second. That's the thing. If I was gonna, like, certain ones, I just don't want in a 9.5 for personal. But a lot of these weren't money move cards. So we got this one. This one sucked. I was sad about this one. This one should have 100% been a Beckett 10. But we got the 9s. The 9 surface once again. So this is the bottom part where you guys have seen 9s on surface too many times. Like, we definitely got our cards graded by a blind grader. There's no shot. I'm not even going to see that one because I don't know if I'm going to end up breaking that one open. Another 2 of these ones I can't even look at. All 4 of the absolute most perfect ones. I didn't even have the time to look if what was the closest one to getting the 10 or the black label. But I compared this one to one that was listed on eBay, like my cards pre-grading, to decide, what, because mine looked perfect. So I wanted to see if the Beckett black labels also looked as good as mine, and mine looked better. I could find flaws with the Beckett black label one. So this one got 10, 10, 9.5, 9.5, so 2 9.5s. This one got the same thing, but in reverse. 2 9.5s. This one got 3 9.5s. This one got 2. So 3 of them got the same. So that kind of sucks. None of them were better than the other, really. These 2 also hurt. Holy, these ones made me scream. I was so mad. I was with Winston. I was like, Winston, no. No way that these did not grade a freaking 10, let alone or a black label or a 10. Like, these were supposed to be going for black labels, so we shouldn't be getting 9.5s. That's not how it works. Like, if I just threw in cards that I looked at for 2 seconds, then yeah, like, you can expect that. This card I didn't submit to PSA because it was so perfect, but they hit me with the 9.5 centering on a flawless centering card. Like, that's at least the bare minimum, The centering is the easiest one to spot. Perfect centering. And then these ones are so bad. I submitted English, 9.5, 9.5. And the Surface 9 is honestly blowing my mind. Look at that. Surface 9. Surface 9. This one was so dang close. I hate it. And what's crazy is the edge on this has actually a whitening mark. Look. Let's see if I can get you guys to see it. This one might be really tiny. There's a little corner on the edge right there. I don't know if the camera is going to be able to pick it up. It's lifted up, though. Right there. You can kind of see it right there. The corner is lifted up, though. And I got a perfect 10 edge, but then the surface gets the 9, like the 9 flat. That's stupid. Sad. Those ones are disappointing. Not expensive cards for personal favorite trainer gallery cards. Oh, wait. These are the Beckett black labels. And even, like, leave it up to Steez to be negative about black labels. But you guys, they graded some of my, like, almost least favorite were most wanted ones to get black labels. I'll save my favorite for last. Oh, wait, here we go. They're very nice cards. I love them to death. But it's unfortunate that my favorite ones didn't. And in my opinion, some of them are literally better. Oh, here we go. So we got the Pikachu promo, the SMV promo, in that Beckett black label. I think this one's really cool that we got this in a black label. This is one of the ones, I mean, I knew it would get a black label. I was as confident in this one as I was about all the others. So this one's really cool. This one will probably be for sale. I'll try to sell all my cards that anybody wants. Certain ones I'm going to be resubmitting, and then certain ones aren't. I just like the card too much. But I think I was seeing online these were going for like 600 or something. Maybe a little less. That's cool. That's Cap. The world's most trusted. No. I trust PSA's inconsistency more. $55 for the black label. Oh, wait, this is black label number 2. We got the Lugia V-Star Gold. I know Orange Juice is going to flip over this one. I'm glad we got one of the Lugias black label. It was the least Lugia that I wanted. I actually wanted the rainbow one more, but I'll take it. I am happy about it. This one's going for pretty much the exact same as the Pikachu. That one's cool. I do like that one quite a bit. I don't know if I'll sell this one. This one might not be worth anything to me, like worth enough to sell. But we'll see. That one is sick. I was happy about that one. But the thing that kind of sucked is I hit all the crappy cards before I hit the black labels when I was opening it, so it killed my mood beforehand. All right, so this last one is the most positive part about this whole thing. I love this card. It sucks because of in comparison to the other ones that I submitted. But this black label, we got one of the Chinese Gold Star Umbreons in a black label 10. So I am so stoked about that. What's crazy though is it is left heavy right off the bat, looking at it right now. It's even a little bit bottom heavy. But we got the black label. This is one of the cards that I'm super excited about. And in any submission, I would have been so, like, that would have been the peak. The problem is I just don't collect too much Chinese. And like, I don't know how low the population is going to be on this one. But I love it. Nonetheless, this one's really cool. My most exciting card out of all of them. For sure. But yeah, we got the black label. That one's cool. That one is nice. I don't believe that one's better than all 4 of these being 9.5s. Like, these look better. That has worse centering. And this one right here gets nicked for centering. Same thing with that one. They have better centering. It's like, what? Ooh. All right. That's it. That was actually really long. That was a lot of talking. Everybody ask their questions, say their piece. Before I finish actually with this, what I want to say is, as of right now, no. I'm not submitting to Beckett for anybody else's cards. I'm trying to decide, me personally, there's certain cards, which is so annoying that I'm a consumer, but I still want black labels. They're still desirable because they're so sought after. And there's certain cards that I really think the population theory hit right perfectly. So I might still end up submitting some of my cards. And like in a submission of 5, but I won't submit them for anybody else because I don't think anybody in here should be grading with Beckett ever. I think it's corrupt. So to break it down in conclusion, at the very end, that was a lot of random stuff. Cards here, cards there. Some of my best cards, there was no problems with it, but they were my most expensive cards. So if they would have graded Beckett Black Label, they would be like $5,000. And they just... Sorry, I was reading Keith's message. I lost my train of thought 1 second. They just threw that 9 centering down there for zero reason on all the most expensive cards. All of the most expensive cards of mine that I submitted, they hit with the 9. All the cards that have a very low population and high demand, they hit with the 9 surface. Look at this. And if not just the 9, the 9.5. They all got hit with the surface. The least bad part about them. All right. Look at how many cards got hit with the 9s or the 9.5. Cameron's card, 9, service. No chance. Maybe vintage cards is where services have a lot of problems. We got a 9. That would have made it a 10, but instead we get a 9. Because of no reason. 9.5 on this one. Why? Just to hold it off from the 10. Why are they choosing surface over anything else? Because centering's easy to tell. Or corners. Or maybe even edges. But surface is the one area that a lot of the times, even with your eye just looking at it, you cannot tell until closer inspection. So they hit all these with 9.5s. Most people take it because most of the time people take their cards and look at it. You know, that looks good. We'll submit it. But me, I set booby traps on these, essentially. They're all 9.5s or 9s. 9 surface, both got 9 surface. And then the edges got better. But look at the edge on this one. This one has, look at the top edge of this. Do you see the whitening? Do you see all the whitening on the top edge? It's got like if you rub your finger across that, it's like a saw blade. I'm going to sleep. Good night. Good night, Nora. Look at that. But that gets, edges get a 9.5, but the surface was bad enough to get a 9. Like a 9 is really bad. Like that is so bad. That edges, I couldn't complain if those got a 9. That whole edge is a saw blade. But I got a 9.5. Like that guy, whoever graded it was not a card grader. No way. They definitely had a bring your kid to work day. And these were all graded by a kindergartner. 9.5 again, surface. 9.5 surface. They hit the surface because I'm sure that's what they do on everybody. Because no one can really tell. You can't just go, oh, there's nothing there. Because you can measure centering in an instant. Surface up, they hit a 9 on this. Because if this was a Beckett Black Label, it would be worth like $5K. But they only hand those out to their boys. Or people that probably pay them. Surface again a 9. Surface again a 9. Surface again a 9. No chance. And it sucks because on video, like, you can only show as much. One day, and like people will see this video, and I'm sure you can still tell, but 9.5 again. They hit you with the centering every time to stop the black label. And then the ones that got the black label, all of them have at least one issue. Whereas some of those that didn't have no issues. So that's my conclusion for the whole thing. Take what you want from it. And I understand, like, maybe in the video, the way I'm portraying it, like, people might be like, oh, that's not that bad. I forgot about these cards. That one got hit with the 9. That's not real life. Like, what? Did you think, like, the texture was a problem? Like, no chance that one is a 9. 9 is such bad surface. But, I mean, you can just tell rewatching the video, if you really closely inspect the numbers to card, perfect centering, best centering out of most of the cards. But that one gets a 9.5, and a lot of them get a 10. Like these ones both got 9.5s, but a lot of these got 10s, like this, when it's clearly bottom heavy. So there's no consistency. So Beckett is not a card grading company. You might as well send your cards in and have them spin a wheel for the subgrades. They'll be like, oh, is it modern? Yeah. Oh, I put the numbers between 9 and 10 and spin it. 9, 9.5, 10, and then spin the wheel. That's exactly what they did. But yeah, the rant, the long talk is over. That's like an hour of talking. I'm gonna step out for a second. Say what you want. I'll be right back. Wait, give me 2 seconds. Alrighty, I'm back, sorry. Let me answer some of these questions as well. So, Keith, want to just send me the other cards I bought that were going to Beckett. So I'll still submit your guys' cards to Beckett. I'm gonna, like, it's not that I'm like, I won't do it for you. So I'll submit those, Keith, for you. And then Shane is asking if he could still. So, like, I'll submit them if you guys want to go to Beckett. But what I'm saying right now is I'm not 90% sure that is a scam. I'm 100%. So if you would like to send your card grading to the least reliable grading company that I've been able to find, and that includes small startups, then grade with Beckett. I mean, if you want to risk the chance of your card getting damaged, send to Beckett. Because already, I can't say that as a fact because I haven't looked at the video before and after, but the card condition in terms of how dusty they are were not well kept and not well handled. The fact the service is that bad, the homie that was grading my card probably had honey on his hands. But that is the reason why I'm saying I'm not grading with Beckett. But I will submit to Beckett for you after I give you a lecture and tell you you're about to go get your car worked on by the shadiest, worst card mechanic. Like that car mechanic will up your bill times 2. Like, there's no shot. I swear. Like, I like the honey on his hands. Like, I'm like, that's funny, but I'm dead serious. For the last year, all I do is stare at cards. Graded so many cards. I've researched it. I would consider myself an expert. And the fact that so many of those got service 9 or centering problems and then others didn't is just I think that's the biggest scam in Pokemon is Beckett. Like, there's a lot of people online though. Like, it's not just me. I was fighting against it in hopes of like Beckett not being that way. CZ the Rayquaza 146. Which is that the shiny one? You just sent it with. Wait, Keith, are you? I'm still good to submit them. Like, I'm fine to submit everyone's cards to Beckett. I might, like I said, I might end up resubmitting certain cards to try to get lucky on the spin wheel. Because I do enjoy the factor of them being low pop, even if they're not low pop because they are. But CGC is one that I'm going to look into next, just because I'm going to guess they're not a scam. But Beckett has been known. You guys, Beckett Black Labels, this isn't the first time. I'm just surprised that it's such a big thing. And I just kind of decided to put the risk and kind of just go and try it out. But it's a big thing online. Like, go look it up for yourself. Beckett Black Labels are a scam. They have been confirmed. I don't know what they're doing now, but it's already been caught that they're a scam. There's been multiple incidences of them actually being proven guilty of fake Beckett slabs, where graders are faking them. The company is faking them. Maybe the company isn't trying to have them faked, but the management is faking them. So, and they're only handing them out to people that they know, or a certain amount of them per order, or, you know, stuff like that. The Supreme Victors. The Rayquaza. Is that the Rayquaza C? Yeah, Keith, I'll submit them to Beckett for you. Yeah, nothing changes for you guys. I'm just saying there's a lot of people's cards that I'm sending in where they sent me all of them and told me to send them to the best place to make them money or have them be the best value. And that's what I do, is I want to make sure if they can get a Beckett 10, then you want to be a Beckett 10, not a PSA 10, because it's worth more. PSA 10 has such a wide spectrum that it doesn't really tell you how perfect your card is. But at this point in time, it doesn't matter how perfect your card is. It'll either get a 10 or it won't, depending on the grader's preference of just, nope, this one, we already graded 10 of these today in a 10. I'll give this one a 9.5. It's like, no. This is not how it works. You got to grade the card. That one's sold, Jax. I don't have that one anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, that was a long rant. I don't know if that was a fun live. You guys, I tried my absolute hardest to muster up like the happiness and just being like optimistic. I'm very happy about my cards. Like, extremely. Like, I'm so excited. But there was so much disappointment in there that it's just going to take me a second to like feel normal about that. You have 13 in the shop. You may want to wait. No, there's so many things I need to remove off the shop. It's bad. But wait, we're probably gonna end the live there. But I want to go talk on the Discord with everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. News for everybody though. I'm gonna be submitting everyone's cards here like ASAP now. Now that we got this, gotta change some people's stuff up on where they're going. I have a lot of cards I personally want to send in that are so sweet. So I love you guys. And yeah, Keith, that took so long. I'm so sorry. You guys, I was waiting. And at the end of the day, they took over double the time that they guaranteed to me. They estimated it at first, but when I emailed in, they guaranteed me the date. It was well over double, almost triple, and they did not contact me for a month and a half to 2 months. So to put that in perspective, I emailed them 4 times for help about it. And I wasn't angry. I just was asking. I just would like to know, is this where you track them? Because mine hasn't moved in 2 months. And Never got an answer. I still have never had an answer. All I got was an automated email that my cards were shipped to me. They never answered any of my questions. They never answered any of my emails. I emailed and asked questions in multiple different ways. That is terrible. Like, of a company that has reps, literally, that's their job. That is terrible. Like, 2 months without even a single answer, with 5 probably overall emails sent in. That's nutty. That, like, if that's not shady, I don't know what is. But yeah, and nobody's worried about resale. Like, none of this has anything to do with resale. It's all personal. I myself look at the cards and I would like them to be slabbed the way that I know they are. And I was hoping Beckett was going to be that. And then orange juice, yeah, for sure. Keith, that's the thing. I mean, I never got mad at them. Any of my emails were never upset. I never like messaged. I was like, hey, you guys are taking an extremely long time. I like never did that. I literally emailed and I just said, hey, it's been like, I submitted my cards on this date. I wasn't even trying to imply it had been a long time. I was just like, my tracker hasn't updated. And I am curious what step it's on. And then the next one was, hey, I emailed a month ago. I never got a response. I'm not sure, like, am I contacting the right email? But thank you guys. I know you guys are trying your best to work as fast as you can. And, you know, no rush. Everything's fine. I'm not upset. Like, I'm just wondering. Next email. I never got upset. All emails like that. So that is crazy. That, like, geez. I'll see you guys tomorrow, most likely. And I'll see you guys in the Discord. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. And Bgs out.